So the needs of the poor and the weaker sections have been addressed somewhat in the various announcements that we came up with, the PM Garib Kalyan Yojana, then the Atmanirbhar package and so on. Supply constraints have somewhat eased, but consumer demand still needs to be given a bit of a boost.
नमस्कार। जैसा माननीय वित्त मंत्री जी ने कहा कि पूर्व में भी हम आप सबके बीच में आए थे इस कोरोना महामारी के समय, और आज एक बार फिर कुछ फिस्कल प्रूडेंट प्रपोजल्स हम लेकर आए हैं। आर्थिक प्रस्ताव आपके बीच में लेकर आए हैं, जिसमें विशेष तौर पर उपभोक्ता खर्च कैसे बढ़े और पूंजीगत व्यय कैसे बढ़े, इसके ऊपर भी हम अपनी बात आप सबके बीच में रखेंगे। कोविड-19 का, इस महामारी का जो प्रतिकूल प्रभाव अर्थव्यवस्था पर पड़ा है वो सब आपके सामने है, लेकिन उस समय भी गरीबों की और कमजोर वर्ग की मदद मोदी सरकार करती रही, और माननीय वित्त मंत्री जी ने उस समय भी प्रधानमंत्री गरीब कल्याण पैकेज की घोषणा की थी और आत्मनिर्भर पैकेज की घोषणा की थी, और जिससे ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों में मांग भी बढ़ी। और उसका बड़ा कारण था कि 80 करोड़ लोगों को 8 महीने तक अनाज देना और 1 लाख करोड़ से ज़्यादा, 1,01,000 करोड़ MG नरेगा में उसमें उपलब्ध करवाना, और लगभग 68,000 करोड़ से ज़्यादा आपके खातों में सीधे तौर पर जो डाले गए, उससे उसका लाभ भी पड़ा। और अब भी देखा जाए, आपूर्ति की बाधा को कम किया गया और उपभोक्ता मांग अभी भी प्रभावित अगर है तो उसमें कैसे सुधार हो, उसको लेकर माननीय वित्त मंत्री जी आपके सामने कुछ विषय लेकर आए हैं।
So the proposals which are getting presented today are designed in such a way that they can stimulate demand by front-loading some of the expenditure or by advancing, in other words, advancing some of the expenditure with some offsetting charges later. Others are directly linked to an increase in the GDP. So this is what is before us for today. With that background given, we move over to the consumer spending related proposal. So the consumer spending related proposal has two components to it. One is the LTC cash voucher scheme, and the other component within that consumer spending relates to special festival advance scheme. So we will be looking at the consumer spending aspect first, which has two of these components.
सो मांग को प्रोत्साहित करने के लिए आज आप सबके सामने करने वाले हैं, ताकि खर्चे की फ्रंट लोडिंग कैसे की जा सके, और इससे एक विवेकपूर्ण प्रस्ताव आर्थिक रूप से उसमें लेकर आए हैं। इससे जीडीपी में भी वृद्धि हो, उस पे भी इसका असर होगा, और इससे लोगों को भी बल मिलेगा, राहत मिलेगी और डिमांड बढ़ेगी। उस दृष्टि से एलटीसी कैश वाउचर स्कीम एक ये लेकर आए हैं, और दूसरा स्पेशल फेस्टिवल एडवांस स्कीम ये आपके बीच में लेकर आए हैं, ताकि यात्रा अवकाश भत्ता योजना में जो आगे आपके सामने विस्तार में रखी जाएंगी, उससे कैसे व्यय बढ़े, उपभोक्ता व्यय कैसे बढ़े, उस दिशा में कदम उठाए गए हैं।
So the first of the two components on consumer spending is on the LTC cash voucher scheme. You're all aware that government employees and many organized sector employees have had their jobs protected, their salaries protected, and as a result, some initial indications show that savings have increased. Because of the lockdown, many of them could not even spend their usual expenditure. So we would like to incentivize them to contribute to the revival of the demand for the benefit of the less fortunate. So what is it that we want to do to the leave travel concession cash voucher scheme? You are aware that central government employees in a block of 4 years, in this case we are taking the instant case which is between 2017-18, 18-19, 19-20 and 20-21, 4-year block in which employees normally would have gone or would have availed of one leave travel to any destination of their choice, or one leave travel concession or leave travel to any destination of their choice plus one to their hometown. Otherwise, if they didn't choose a leave travel to any one destination of their choice, they would go 2 times to their native village. So one travel to a destination of their choice, or 2 travel to their native place. Sometimes it could be 1 plus 1, 1 of their choice and 1 to their native place, or 2 to their native place. Which means air or rail fare as per their scale of pay, entitlement and so on is reimbursed to them. And in addition to that, when they take the leave travel, they also get 10 days of leave encashment for that. The leave encashment has a tax component. They pay tax on it. Whereas the LTC, which is a travel fare, is tax exempt. In the scheme that we are coming up with now, all this remains the same. Where the taxation was levied on 10 days of their leave concession, that will still be levied. But on the airfare travel, it will not be levied. But can they travel now? They can't because of COVID. Many of them don't want to. So instead what we are offering is, they could have that money is given to them, for which we have had about 3 kinds of slabs created, and based on that 3 slabs, which is as per the government rules and procedures, they could spend that money in buying something of their choice. So the amount which is given to them as per their government rules, their rank, their position, their whatever, is now brought to 3 different slabs. And they are flat rate slabs, which is equivalent to the travel ticket, the round ticket that they would get, and that, which will continue to be tax-free, will have to be spent on items which have 12% or more GST tax levied on them. So you won't be
GST tax levied on them. So you won't be buying those items of food, essentials like which are in 5% slab, but you will spend them on items which have 12% or more GST. You won't just spend that amount, you will spend 3 times that amount. So this comes as an advance for you, and you spend 3 times more on items which are 12% or more in GST taxation. And even more, you will spend them only in a digital mode, no cash transactions. And you will spend them only on GST registered places which sell such goods or provide such service. And therefore, a GST invoice will be required and they will be reimbursed. So otherwise, the LTC ticket fare component, which is now divided into 3 flat rates per person that you normally take, will have to be taken, and you spend 3 times that amount to benefit from this scheme. Whereas your leave travel, on which there is a tax component which continues, which is not a new tax, that if you spend just 1 time, that will be sufficient. All this has to be done, meaning you will have to spend it all by 31st March 2021. So this is the first one on the leave travel. I'll go to the next one afterwards, after the Hindi, which is the festival advance. But now the LTC and related leave leave encashment will be said in Hindi by Anurag ji.
धन्यवाद। जैसा माननीय वित्त मंत्री जी ने बताया कि यात्रा अवकाश भत्ते का जो कैश वाउचर स्कीम है, इसको मोदी सरकार आपके सामने लेकर आई है, क्योंकि इस महामारी के समय देश और दुनिया पर तो प्रभाव पड़ा, लेकिन सरकारी कर्मचारियों पर उस तरह से कोई भी आर्थिक तनाव या दबाव नहीं बना। लेकिन एक तरफ से देखा जाए तो इनकी सैलरीज भी प्रोटेक्टेड थी और इनकी जो सेविंग्स है, बचत जो हुई, वो भी ज्यादा हुई सरकारी कर्मचारियों की। तो इस समय इनको और राहत देकर किस तरह से जो कम भाग्यशाली वर्ग है उसका भला भी कैसे हो, नगद वाउचर इनको मिले एलटीसी के माध्यम से, यात्रा अवकाश भत्ते के माध्यम से, और जब ये खर्चा करें तो उसका प्रभाव देश की अर्थव्यवस्था पर कैसे पड़े। एक तरफ अर्थव्यवस्था बढ़ेगी और दूसरी तरफ जो कम भाग्यशाली लोग हैं उनको भी व्यापार करने का अवसर मिलेगा, उनकी भी आय बढ़ेगी। तो इसके लिए जो माननीय वित्त मंत्री जी ने बताया कि सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉयज को 4 वर्षों में, 4 वर्ष के ब्लॉक में यात्रा अवकाश भत्ता मिलता है। एक मिलता है कि देश में कहीं भी जा सके, और 2 बार अपने घर, जहां पर भी उनका घर है, वहां पर जाने का अवसर मिलता है। और इसमें हवाई भत्ता भी मिलता है, रेल का भी मिलता है, उनके स्केल और एंटाइटलमेंट के अनुसार ही मिलता है, और उनको रिम्बर्स, उसका वापस भुगतान भी वैसे किया जाता है। इसके अलावा लीव एनकैशमेंट की जो बात की गई 10 दिन की, वो भी अगर देखा जाए अवकाश नकदीकरण, वो भी 10 दिन का किया जाता है उनकी तनख्वाह और डीए को जोड़कर। और कोविड-19 के समय जो लोग एलटीसी का फायदा नहीं उठा पाए उनको इसका लाभ मिले। जिन्होंने पहले ले लिया उनके लिए तो नहीं, लेकिन जो नहीं ले पाए उनके लिए इसका लाभ मिलेगा। एक तो ये होगा।
That was the first part of the consumer spending heading that I had shown you earlier. Under consumer spending, we now show you the second offer, which is Special Festival Advance Scheme. As you're all probably aware, till 6th Pay Commission, there was this provision for festival advance, which was at the, I think, highest level was 4,500 rupees per non-gazetted officer, rank and below. So it pertained only to people who were non-gazetted or below, and they were given a flat sum of 4,500, and then it was repaid little by little. Now that was abolished after the 6th Pay Commission. When the 7th Pay Commission came in, there was no special festival advance. We are now reviving it as a one-time affair. Now the 7th Pay Commission is on, as you're all aware, and it doesn't have a festival advance thing in it. But we are now reviving it just for one time, this one time. And in that, we are not limiting it only to the non-gazetted officials. It is now going to be available for all. 10,000 rupees and not 4,500, which was the last festival advance under the 6th Pay Commission. So in the 7th Pay Commission, there was no provision for festival advance. We are reviving it. We are reviving it just this one time. And this time, we are giving 10,000 rupees for all central government employees, irrespective of their position, rank, gazetted, non-gazetted, it doesn't matter. 10,000 rupees. And this shall be repaid in 10 installments. Back again, they would give it in 10 installments. But this festival advance will be available up to 31st March. I think what it shows in the presentation says 31st January. No, it will be up to 31st March. And this will be given as a prepaid RuPay card. So a prepaid RuPay card will be given to them. It's an interest-free advance. You will be able to use it for any festival up to 31st March 2021. 31st March 2021. So in the next 6 months you can use it. It's a prepaid card for 10,000 rupees. We are not limiting it for any one festival. We are not limiting it to the GST only shops. No, you could spend it anywhere you want. Of course, you can't draw it as cash from an ATM. The RuPay card gives you a prepaid 10,000 rupees. You can't withdraw cash with it, but you can spend it in anything that you want to spend it on. The spending will have to be done by 31st March 2021. The bank charges for that, the card which is being given to you, will be borne by the government, and this, any transaction that you do with the RuPay card automatically, obviously, will have to be only in digital mode, so that obviously tax revenue can be generated by that commercial by that activity of buying and selling.
उपभोक्ता खर्च बढ़ाने के लिए और जीडीपी में भी उसका प्रभाव पड़े, वृद्धि हो, उस दृष्टि से पहला यात्रा अवकाश भत्ते के बारे में आपको बताया गया, और इसका दूसरा पार्ट जो है वो भारत में जिस तरह से त्योहारों का सीजन भी आ रहा है, तो स्पेशल फेस्टिवल एडवांस स्कीम भी लेकर आई है सरकार। स्पेशल मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूं, विशेष किस लिए है, क्योंकि जब 7वां पे कमीशन आया था उसमें एडवांस का कोई प्रावधान नहीं था। इससे पूर्व 6 पे कमीशन में 4500 रुपए मिलते थे, लेकिन इस बार माननीय वित्त मंत्री जी ने 10,000 रुपए का प्रावधान उसमें किया है, और ये इंटरेस्ट फ्री एडवांस होगा। इस पे कोई ब्याज नहीं देना पड़ेगा, 10,000 रुपये आपको मिलेगा, और ये भी पैसा आपको प्री लोडेड होगा। जो रुपए डेबिट कार्ड है उसके ऊपर आपको 10,000 रुपया सीधा पहले ही उसमें भरा होगा, आपको केवल उसको खर्च करना है, और इसको वापस भी देना है तो 10 किश्तों में इसकी वापसी जाएगी, और आपको इस पर ब्याज कोई नहीं देना। अगर कुल मिलाकर देखा जाए तो इस योजना में केवल केंद्र सरकार के कर्मचारियों पर लगभग 4,000 करोड़ रुपया संवितरित होने की उम्मीद है, और अगर राज्य की सरकारें भी इसको लागू कर देती हैं तो लगभग 8,000 करोड़ रुपया इसके ऊपर संवितरित होने की उम्मीद है। अगर मैं इसका 50% भी लेता हूं तो 4,000 केंद्र सरकार और 4,000 राज्य की सरकारों का गिना जाए तो कुल मिलाकर 8,000 करोड़ की अतिरिक्त उपभोक्ता मांग इसमें पैदा होगी। इससे उसमें बल भी मिलेगा। इसमें बैंक चार्जेस जो है वो भी सरकार वहन करेगी, और जैसा माननीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी डिजिटल इंडिया को बल देते हैं, डिजिटल पेमेंट्स को बल देते हैं, और इसका हमने प्रभाव महामारी के समय भी देखा कि किस तरह से कोई पैसा इधर उधर गए बगैर सारा पैसा गरीबों के खाते में गया, उसी तरह से पैसा जब कर्मचारियों को मिलेगा तो पारदर्शी तरीके से खर्च हो तो डिजिटल मोड ऑफ पेमेंट ही इसमें माना गया है। और इसमें टैक्स रेवेन्यू में भी हमें बढ़ावा मिलेगा, कर राजस्व में वृद्धि होगी और कुल मिलाकर ईमानदार व्यापारी को लाभ मिलेगा और ईमानदार व्यापार को भी बढ़ावा इससे मिलेगा।
What I have not mentioned, which of course was said in Hindi, which was shown in the slide, is for the central government employees, this would be about 4,000 crores which gets disbursed in the form of a festival advance, 10,000 rupees per employee. Now, if state governments also join into this, there shall be another 8,000 crores which can come in. But even if I don't make an allowance for all the state government and all the employees and only take 50% of them, about 4,000 crores is what I expect if state governments also go into the scheme. As a result, we will be able to have additional consumer demand generated to about 8,000 crores of rupees. So this, in fact, between these two, the leave travel concession and the leave encashment, which go as one of the package, and two is this festival advance, which we are resurrecting this time under the 7th Pay Commission, but this Pay Commission did not make a provision for it, but we are now creating it as a one-time offer and making it available for all government employees, not just for the non-gazetted ones. So that is towards the consumer spending. Now if I go to explain the capital expenditure, we finished with the background, we finished with the consumer spending, two items. Now we look at capital expenditure, where we are talking both of the states and center. I'll explain the states first and then the center, although this one shows center and states. Center and the states, two components. I explain the states one first. In that capital expenditure, as you all know, money spent on infrastructure building and anything which goes for building capital, in the sense of building assets, has a greater multiplier effect in the economy. It not only raises the present day GDP, the current GDP, but also has an impact on future GDPs, and therefore it is a far more attractive multiplier creating expenditure that any government can undertake, and it also in the long run makes debt far more sustainable. So we want to now give a new thrust for the capital expenditure, both for the states and center. I will now speak of the states. The introduction be given by Anurag ji.
धन्यवाद वित्त मंत्री जी। कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर यानी कि पूंजीगत व्यय जो केंद्र और राज्य की सरकारों की इस पे बात करने जा रहे हैं, ये हम सब लोग जानते हैं कि पूंजीगत व्यय का गुणक प्रभाव होता है। कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर हैज अ हाई मल्टीप्लायर इफेक्ट और इससे न केवल हमारे वर्तमान सकल घरेलू उत्पाद को बढ़ावा मिलेगा, बल्कि भविष्य के भी सकल घरेलू उत्पाद को बल मिलेगा, बढ़ावा मिलेगा और जो हमारा कर्ज है वो ज्यादा सतत होगा। इससे राज्य की सरकारों को और केंद्र की सरकार को एक और गति मिलेगी, बल मिलेगा कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर करने के लिए, और ये पूंजीगत व्यय कुल मिला के जहां देश का एक और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बनाने में मददगार होगा, वहीं पर हमारी अर्थव्यवस्था को भी बल देगा।
So we now come to the proposal of providing special assistance for the states. We issue a 50-year interest-free loan to the states for capital expenditure exclusively, and to the total of 12,000 crores. So this will be an interest-free 50-year loan being offered to the states.